Welcome back to another episode of Just Another Talk. If you guys don't know, Cam'ron and Mase, who are old school rappers, they were prominent between, late 90s, early 2000s into the 2010s. They were pretty prominent. If you don't know Cam'ron was part of Dipset, and he also played Rico in Paid in Full.
I ain't snitching on nobody from Harlem, man. I give you a couple cats down in DC doing their thing, out of town doing their thing, but I'm not snitching on nobody in Harlem, cause when I come home, I'm still gonna be the king.
If you don't know Mase, he was signed to Bad Boy Entertainment. These two gentlemen personified what it was to be a part of the hood. Clip I'm about to play for you guys is a really good example of just because you come from a place doesn't mean that you need to bring that place everywhere you go.
Sometimes he just be like, I don't want to deal with you niggas. And there's nothing wrong with that either. And I'm not saying that he's feeling like that, but I'm black and sometimes I don't want to deal with and I'm not LeBron. That's just what it is, man.
Wait, Mose. So are you saying, are you saying that LeBron is Republican when it comes to sports? And he look at blacks as Democrats?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying everybody on this screen who I'm looking at has been at some level in their life to say, man, get on my nerves. So
So you saying Kendrick Perkins will get on your nerves? Are you saying
let me say
get on your nerves?
Hold on. This is Ohio business. I'm going to speak on Ohio business. Me and LeBron were the same age, right? So we grew up around the same time, right? So let me say this, right? I think I can respectfully say that sometimes you don't want to deal with shit. And he can't say that, but I can say that for him. And I just think that that's where he's at in his life. Like, I just don't want to deal with I want to associate with him. I want to deal with it at arm's length. But sometimes I just don't want that close to my set. That's just what I believe that goes to LeBron's mind. That's my personal opinion.
Well, I'm going to give another twist to it. Pause. I think when he did the podcast with a bunch of black people, it didn't work. So this is a healthy way to look at it. So we don't look at LeBron as a racist, when it comes reverse racism. He's going with the white boy because he saw how it worked out with J.J. Redick. I didn't see that. So now he said, let me try it again. If it worked once, pause, let's see how it works again. He did the barbershop thing with a bunch of black people. That didn't really do well. He did something with J.J. Redick. It worked. It's just that simple. It's not always a race thing. I just put that out there because they're trying to make him seem like he's a Republican when it comes to sports. But when he's voting, he's a Democrat, So I just want to clear that up because the first thing black people do when they don't get a shot is yell racism. It ain't always racism. Like you said, Mo, sometimes you just don't want to be around niggas. I know I definitely don't want to be around niggas. So I concur, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even in denial about it. Some people are in denial about it. I 100% emphatically, most earnestly don't want to be around you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be around Killer's my but I'm not the guy, I don't like that behavior. You gotta watch where your clothes are. You gotta watch if all your watches is in the bag. You gotta watch it. If your jewelry is still in the safe, you know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be looking over my shoulder for everything and doing everything for everybody. And then the moment one thing go wrong, it's like you did none of the 99 things you just did, I don't have time for it. Killer replied to me one time. He said, I said, Killer, when we get together and work on some artist music or something? Killer said, I don't got time.
Yeah, I don't deal with rappers.
His mother bills, his auntie, he just had a baby. I'm like, I'm supposed to be helping with music.
That's a fact.
they're fooling around and joking. Nowadays, you call it a YN. If you don't know what a YN, I suggest you go on Twitter a little bit and go figure that out. You don't just have to be black to be a YN. You could be a white YN. You could be a Indian YN. You could be a light-skinned YN. You could be a YN from just how you act. Now, it doesn't mean just because you have your hands tatted, or just because you got a lot of gold on, or diamonds, or maybe you smell like weed. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're a YN. But what this specifically, or what Mase is specifically speaking to, is the fact that just because you grew up in a place, right, that don't mean you gotta act like that place everywhere you go. Some of you guys may have heard of code switching, right? That's something that, they say, oh, we have to code switch because they don't appreciate us. They don't this, they don't that. It's not that people don't appreciate it. But just imagine walking into a room to conduct business and every other word is the N-word, or every other word is a swear word, or speaking in a manner that's not really conducive to production. People look
and say, oh, no, they just don't like black folks. They want to keep black folks out.
Look, I'm not denying that there's some people out there who don't like black people. I understand it. I ain't even mad at that. Let's also understand that two things can be true. It's not just that some people don't like black folks. It's the shit that comes with the YN behavior, right? Mase said it perfectly. I don't want to have to check the safe and make sure all my shit is there. I don't want to have to do certain things and be like looking over my back to because I'm not sure if this YN's gonna act up today or not. I understand their perspective, and I thought that's a really interesting way to bring it up, because this is the kind of thing that people don't talk about. It's always like, oh, we're not getting a shout, or oh, they're racist, they don't like us because we're black. I myself have caught some flack for finding myself in a position where I wanted to change my life because of some of the businesses I started and some of the people I started hanging around, and I realized, like, my culture is my culture. There's also a time and a place where I could bring my culture, especially if I know it's not going to be accepted in a place that I'm in. Not everybody's going to be okay with me swearing. Not everybody's going to be okay with me smelling like weed, right? So these are things that you understand where you are and who you're around. Because if you don't, then you find yourself in situations where people can use these prejudices. I don't think that's a word, but people could be prejudiced towards you because of their bias and what they think of black folks. Let's get to the next part of the clip.
To both of you guys' points, man, Mase, you're absolutely right, man. The thing about it is, and we grew up with the of most. That's it. Yeah, but goddamn, bro. You know what we literally crawled out of boiling pot to get out of here. Like literally, like, oh, Larry, I'm burning. Like, yeah, like you don't go back. You come by and say hello and help out who you can get out of there, but you don't go back in there. Fam, I live in several different neighborhoods that's very, very nice throughout the country. Thank God I'm in a great position. Swear to God, I can't be more thankful for the life that I have. I'm driving, getting close to my house. I see with a do-rag. I'm done. I get low. I start driving like this. I can't.
Like I'm trying to get rid of it. Away from them.
Yeah, so trust me, I get what both of y'all talking about. I start seeing. I'm supposed to be the only person in my neighborhood riding through blasting music dumb loud. I'm supposed to be only that person. I start hearing music. I'm looking out of here, yo. But I be with Lambo. I'm like, maybe they love NFL or something. Like, nah, man. I'm the only loud blasting do-rag wearing this neighborhood. I don't want to see nobody else with that shit. I'm supposed to be the only person. I'm the token for that neighborhood with the do-rags and the loud music. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I get low. I feel both of y'all man. Y'all 100% are correct.
Cam said a lot without saying a lot, right? And so just to break it down, to give you the ESPN version of what Cam's trying to say is like, I get what he means. And that translates, what Cam says translates to a black dude to get money and then he'll leave the hood and never want to come back. It's not that he don't want to come back. It's that he gets some money, he comes back to the hood, and then the hood want him to do YN shit. No, bro. I got out of this. I'm not trying to go back. If more people in the hood would understand, you know this man? He made it out. He's coming back trying to pull people out. Work together to get out. Work together to make whatever proposition he's setting for you work. From my understanding, I'm nowhere near the cash stack that they might have and some of the royalties that they see on a regular basis. Because Cam was a pretty famous artist, so was Mase. And Maurice Clarett, if you don't know him, he was a football player at Ohio State. He kind of f***ed up his life a little bit by doing YN shit, and then came back and now does public speaking, so he definitely makes a good living from that, talking to rookies in the NFL as well as high-risk youth. I've experienced this same thing where it's like, damn, you changed, Zay. You're different. Yeah, fucking different. I'm doing different things. I'm moving different because I want to be different. I want to do things I ain't never done. I want to experience shit I ain't never seen. I want to be around people who want to make more money. And it's like you go back to certain environments and the environment just wants you to be the way you was when you was in the environment. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people who can understand the position of growing up with nothing, having to hustle your whole life only to get a couple dollars and then think, yo, I'm going to go grab some of my friends and put them on. You know, they're gonna help me expand. And yeah, that means that I'm going to make more money, but that also means that my friend's life is about to be changed. Well, guess what? When you go back and try to do that, then they want to throw it in your face. Oh, but you're making this, or you're doing this, or why can't I? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I built this ship. Like, I'm putting you on the ship. Right now, you're brand new to the ship, and I need you to do certain things that aren't very glamorous. But believe me, if you keep on working on the ship, you're going to be at a place, and that's how it should be. And you look at other races, how they all come together, and they work together, and they build. But unfortunately, in our community, for some reason, it seems to be something different. And I think even though they may have communicated in a way that's like, that's a lot of N-words in the speech. There's nothing wrong with looking at your homie and being like, yo, how can I assist you to make you better, but also to pull myself out of the situation I'm in? Instead of being like, yo, you made it, bro. Throw me something so then I could go do more YN shit in the hood. Like, that don't make no sense. Why would you do that? Your homie got a legit hustle. Learn the hustle. Ask him questions. Is there going to be a period of time where it's going to suck? Of course. That's life. There's always a period of time when you're learning something new where it sucks and you got to do some of the grunt work. But guess what? Consistency always rewards you. And I'm always thinking to myself, damn, how can I reach out to some of these YNs that I know, or even the ones that I don't know? Because ultimately what I'm trying to prove is the fact that we could be better, we could be different, and it's not being an Uncle Tom. It's not thinking you're better than from the spot you came from. If you understand me, leave a comment. If you don't understand me, leave a comment anyways. I still want to hear it. I want to appreciate everybody, all the love and support I've been getting. I think we got like 30,000 views in the last 28 days or something crazy like that. So I appreciate you guys. Don't forget the merch store's up. And remember, like, share, subscribe. And until next time.